It's different, it's different, it's different. Alright guys, you see this title. We are back with more Dave Chappelle.
David.
It has been quite a while.
I
think even to the tune of a few months, but we brought him back, so that's all that matters. This one is Michael Jackson and R.Kelly. I wonder why he's comparing Michael Jackson and R.Kelly. The only similarity I can think of is the allegations that have kind of been tossed around. Let's take a look.
Oh, I'm goddamn sick of it. This is the worst time ever to be a celebrity. You're gonna be finished. Everyone's doomed. Michael Jackson has been dead for 10 years, and this nigga has 2 new cases.
Okay. Won't let the man rest.
If you haven't watched that documentary, then I'm begging you, don't watch it.
Oh?
It's fucking gross.
Yeah?
I felt like HBO was sticking baby dicks in my ears for 4 hours straight. Really nasty shit. I want to know all these things.
David.
Turns out, Michael Jackson allegedly likes a long gander at the anus. As they said, he stares at people's buttholes. That's what they said. That's how gross the documentary was.
Wow. It's a good thing I ignored that documentary.
I've not seen it floating around.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
If I remember accurately, I thought that I heard some talk about one being created, perhaps? I don't know. Because they always create documentaries of different people, especially if during their lifetime they had a lot of dirt come up surrounding their name.
When are they creating one about me?
A lot of people don't even know you. And what have you done that's newsworthy? And then on top of that, it has to be dirt. Like, it can't just be a bunch of good stuff. You know, people love to write documentaries about the negative stuff. So, I mean, it has to be some jail-worthy dirt. Whatever.
I'm gonna say something that I'm not allowed to say.
Say
But I
it.
gotta be real. I don't believe these motherfuckers.
Oh.
I do not believe it.
Okay.
Okay.
Speak your piece.
But let me qualify the statement. I am what's known on the streets as a victim blamer.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Somebody come up to me like, Dave, Chris Brown just beat up Rihanna. I'll be like, well, what did she do?
Oh gosh.
Okay, I see his
Dave,
point.
Michael Jackson was molesting children. Well, what were those kids wearing at the time?
Oh wow.
I don't think he did it. But you know what? Even if he did do it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, it's Michael Jackson.
Right.
I know more than half the people in this room have been molested in their lives. But it wasn't no goddamn Michael Jackson, was it?
Oh gosh.
This kid got his dick sucked by the king of pop. All we get is awkward Thanksgivings for the rest of our lives. You know how good it must have felt to go to school the next day after that shit? Hey, Billy, how was the weekend? How was my weekend? Michael Jackson sucks my dick.
Oh gosh.
And that was my first sexual experience. If I'm starting here, then well, sky's the limit.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if those allegations are true or
Right,
not.
I don't know.
And I don't think anyone really knows.
I mean, do I think that they happened?
I don't.
I
But then again, I
don't-
wasn't there.
I mean,
So I don't know
the
truth.
Right? Like, Michael Jackson was and still is very much beloved. Like, the man was busy. When do you find time for such? And besides that, I just don't know that I see it completely.
I don't either. And I think those parents of those children who, you know, came forth and, you know, brought about such claims. Money. I don't know. I think it was about money.
Even though they were his neighbors, so they already had too much of it to spend in a lifetime.
That's why Bezos still works. Oprah still works.
True. Because they don't mind more of it, you know.
Buffett still works because there's no such thing as having too much money.
True. Child, Dave Chappelle, I can tell this is, because it looks like this is from his Sticks and Stones special. So I can tell that this is definitely some more recent work of his. And child, his comedy style, I can see how it's changed. Like, he's gotten even more comfortable to where he's taking, like, modern day topics and he will say anything he wants. Speaking of him becoming even more outspoken in his comedy, I just want to make sure that it's clear that I am just mentioning the fact that I've noticed that his style has changed. I don't have an issue with his bolder style at all. As a matter of fact, I enjoy it. Myself, as well as everybody else, we've all heard about the recent backlash that he's gotten for his newest comedy special. But frankly, I don't feel like his new style is worth canceling him for. It's comedy, and no one's trying to offend anybody here. I don't know why some people got so hurt over it, but frankly, if it's too much for you, then simply don't watch his comedy. There are plenty of other comedians, and find one that works for you. But the people who can take a joke will be over here watching Dave Chappelle.
I know it seems harsh, but man, somebody's got to teach these kids. There's no such thing as a free trip to Hawaii. Yeah, he's gonna want to look at your butthole or something. You know why I don't believe it? You know why I don't believe it? Because if Michael Jackson's out here doing all this molesting, then why not Macaulay Culkin? Macaulay Culkin said in an interview that Michael Jackson never did anything inappropriate with him or even around him. Think about that shit. You know, I'm not a pedophile.
Good to know.
Right.
Random fun
But if I was, Macaulay Culkin's the first kid I'm fucking. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
I'd be a goddamn hero. Hey, that guy over there fucks a kid from Home Alone. And you know how hard he is to catch.
Yeah, because right. Because in that movie, man,
he was.
That kid gave them the run around. He beat up on them in such a way.
Right, without any fighting. They got pummeled without any amount of fighting.
Yes.
Like, the creativity in that movie was insane. Like, he put, like, a bunch of ornaments or something on the ground. They were sliding around.
Yes.
Then one time, we all remember the iconic scene of, what was his name? I forget his name, but he got electrocuted in the basement.
That kid wore those old men out.
Right, the hanging cans of paint.
Yes. So.
Oh, I love the reference though. Yeah. Like, that was good.
Right.
My mind's telling me no.
Ooh, not R.Kelly.
This is how he put R.Kelly in here.
Okay, R.Kelly is different.
Okay, it's different.
How?
I mean, you know, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put my money on he probably did that shit. I'm pretty sure he did that shit. You know, it was bad, okay? So a couple years ago, I was doing a show in Detroit. And I'm sitting backstage in my dressing room. A friend of mine comes by, this chick, Dream Hampton. Dream tells me, right before I'm going on stage, she goes, Dave, I'm working on a documentary about R. Kelly. Would you like to be in it? And I was like, nah, bitch, I'm cool.
Okay.
I went on stage age, I just forgot about the shit. And then 2 years later, the documentary comes out, Surviving R.Kelly. And when it comes out, Dream's promoting the shit, and she keeps bringing me up. She said, I asked Dave Chappelle to be in my documentary, and he said it was too hot for TV. Bitch, I did not say that. It does not even sound like how I talk. Oh, that's too hot for TV? I would never say that shit. But I'm gonna tell you guys why I wasn't in the documentary. There's a very simple reason, and I cannot stress this point enough. The only reason that I didn't do it was because, and it's very important, I don't know this nigga at all.
That's a good one.
That's a good reason.
That's a good
to
reason.
not want to be in the documentary. That's a good reason.
He's probably never even met him in person, you know, like, that's smart.
Yeah.
You know, I like people who, you know, will respectfully, politely keep themselves away from certain things, you know? Because too many people want to talk about stuff that they really don't know anything about. So that was good that he decided against the documentary.
Right.
Instead of doing it for clout. Even more reason to put his name out there, you know?
I don't know anything that they don't tell me about. I don't hang out with this nigga. Nothing. So what the fuck do I gotta be in the documentary for?
I like that logic.
This guy, R.Kelly, got another sex tape out now. Can you believe that shit? Yeah. This guy makes more sex tapes than he does music.
Oh.
He's like the DJ Khaled of sex tapes. Another one. Like, damn, they got it's a lot of tapes.
Yeah.
The new one's so bad that they didn't even show it.
Ooh, really?
I've never seen anything like this. The prosecutor in Chicago came out in a press conference and read to the media a transcript of a sex tape. Have you ever heard of such thing? This nigga read the sex tape. And it was so bad that R. Kelly sounded guilty in the transcripts.
Oh, gosh.
It's fucking amazing.
Really?
16 times the girl's age was mentioned. Isn't that crazy? This motherfucker's an idiot. He was fucking her like, yeah, this is the best 14-year-old pussy I've ever had in my life. And she was like, you like this 14-year-old pussy? She's like, oh yeah, I love this 14. I'm like, man, you need to shut the fuck up. You gotta give your lawyer something to work with.
Right?
You're supposed to be on the tape like, this is the best 36-year-old pussy I've ever had in my life.
Oh gosh.
And then your lawyer gonna be like, Your Honor, clearly my client thought that this woman was 36, as he mentioned some 16 times in the tape. They gonna know you're lying though, you know what I mean? Everybody knows no such thing as good 36-year-old pussy.
Really? Yeah, you better.
You need to go. It's time to go.
Doesn't matter what I say. And if you at home watching this shit on Netflix, remember, bitch, you clicked on my face.
Wow.
Ah, wow. Wow. See, this one left me speechless. But you know what? He had some good points. He did. When you read between the comedy line, he had some good points. But on the other hand, before those allegations came about recently, it's like, let's be honest. When was the last time we heard an R. Kelly song? A new one? When was the last time?
In a minute.
Like, what was... You know, he had a point. I really cannot think of the newest R. Kelly song. It's probably just that old.
It's been a minute.
Right? So... And Dave Chappelle has always been a great comedian, for sure. What I was originally going to say after this sounded a lot like what I already discussed earlier on in the video. So instead, I do want to mention that I feel like this, like his more modern work, is really his best comedy that I've seen anyway. I just feel like compared to his older stuff from like several years ago, I just get the biggest laugh out of this one, you know, and this new style that he's taken up. You know, I've always enjoyed the previous skits that I've seen from Dave Chappelle for sure, and definitely gotten a good laugh, but this one just felt more memorable, and it was just so creative and different. Definitely let us know if you guys have any more Dave Chappelle suggestions. Also, like and subscribe while you're down there, and we will see y'all in our next one. Bye, guys.